So we organized this interview because of an exhibition what will be held here in the S.M.A.K, but as a forerunner, we already organized one show here in 1980 of Hungarian art.
1977, I think.
Was
it in 1980? Prospect?
Yes.
80.
And so for me it's really interesting.
I thought it was earlier.
Yeah, it's very interesting because I could see that the artists you have selected did a very deep impact on later generations. So my work is very easy now that I am exhibiting some of the artists who were also infected by conceptual art.
Yeah.
And so maybe to start a discussion, I would like to know more about your interest in the end of the 70s, in the beginning of the 80s, how art over the Iron Curtain came to your view, why it was interesting, and then maybe we can go on and maybe speak more specially about why Hungarian art and how it went on.
Yeah. But I think you have to take one important reference for the vision we developed in a city as Ghent. The first thing is the fact that Ghent was a city in which there was not a museum, but there were a lot of individuals who were interested in what happened in the world. So they started from the 60s already. In the beginning of the 60s, they did a lot of debates in different institutions, in the university, in the cultural centrum of the Abbey, sometimes in the museum. They invited artists from France, Petranyi as a critic, Armand, Magritte. They came here and they spoke with the people. And then we all went to the Documentas from here. We went to the Documentas, and the Documenta of 72 from Harry Zeeman was, I think, the pioneer in new ideas, new ways of exhibitions, new methods of handling with art. And that's why, of course, we also try to go into this vision of Harry Zeeman, combined with what we knew here in the city. There were a lot of good collectors in Ghent. Anton Herbert, Dr. Matthijs, and Karel Gerland, and some other people. And we followed them, and we continued their work. What was the importance of Harry Zeeman? That was to combine culture and art, the combination of culture and art, and to combine art as cultus and art as art, and in the combination of both. And the individualization of autobiographical way of approach to the world. And in Belgium there was Brotaars, there was Panomarenko. Of course there were other artists also, but they were the top, in my opinion. Panomarenko, Brotaars. And I combined it with a reference to what we could see internationally. Boys, you see, Mario Merz, Richard Long, Hans Ake, And we grew in this way from the Belgian situation into what happened in the world. And it was at that time West European. And oriented specifically to what happens in Europe because of the budget. Of course, we had to reduce our view. Although we had also Zsolt and Donald Judd and then Flavin and the minimal art, you see, this we had also, but in a very modest way. So it was too expensive everything to go too far. You see.
At that time,
and then I started with a view on Europe, but we didn't have any artist of the East. And then I said we have to expand. And I have to look what happens in Poland, in Hungary, in Czechia, and so on. So I met, for example, in Prague, I met Knizak, Milan Knizak, I met Miller, I think, Miller and Knizak.
Knizak, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
In Poland, Wasko and Rabakowski. And then I said I went to Hungary because I saw that was also a sociological, because of the sociological structure. I saw that everybody went to Hungary in vacation or traveling.
On that time?
On that time. And when I went to Poland and to Russia and to Czechia, I couldn't bring over the works or the information I got there. So they took everything on the board.
Really?
Yeah. And then I went to Hungary and there it was easy.